Echoes of Aincrad is the brand new RPG game from Bandai Namco that is quite the departure from what Sword Online game fans as well as what Sword Online anime fans are generally used to, that is aiming itself for the much wider demographic of RPG fans instead. So much so that the game is being marketed without Sword Online in the title, only getting a branding mention in the logo. We have a lot to cover with this one, including English dub for the first time for an SAO game and a game original 2-hour movie as well. And the communications has once again been extremely fragmented between the different Bandai Namco regions. If you've only been following the English news, you're missing out on a lot. So welcome SAO survivors, it's me Gamerturk, your best source of SAO information, and let's get into it all. For starters, of course, what most of you are most curious about, the game is currently scheduled to come out on July 9 or 10, depending on your time zone and region. You can already pre-order Echoes of Aincrad with various editions, the base game, deluxe, ultimate, and a physical exclusive Aincrad edition from Bandai Namco directly. We'll cover the specifics later in the video, links are down in the description. And of course, in terms of platforms, Echoes of Aincrad is coming out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X&S, and on PC. So far, a Switch or Switch 2 version has not been mentioned at all. The specs I will put right here on the screen for all the different platforms. But let's get into the actual game. In Echoes of Aincrad, you will be playing as your own custom character, and the story is that of Iori, your partner character, who ended up becoming an SAO survivor, and in the Japanese trailer, you can see her getting called up for an interview to tell her story. However, those of you expecting a full run of Aincrad in this game, please hold your horses. While we do not know how long the story in the given game is going to be in terms of context, it will be the story of how SAO began, and according to the official SAO Games Japanese account, Echoes of Aincrad will only be covering the first 2 floors, the starting floor with the main settlement of Town of Beginnings, and the second cow-themed floor with the main settlement of Urbus. Though it is unclear how much will stick to the actual SAO lore, considering the strong departure from the core visual identity of Sword Online, and of course, the lines used in the English trailer to describe the circumstances that we find ourselves in.
Aincrad is in danger. Equilibrium will be lost, and the resurrection of the god of death grows near.
From the looks of it, we may just have a story completely unrelated to the must clear Aincrad by clearing floors, which does make sense if we're locked into 2 floors only to tell a compelling story. But in this video, I'm sticking to the basics. I expect a lot of non-SAO fans to look for information as well, and to make it digestible, I can't go too deep into the extremes of SAO in this case. For those looking for a deeper dive, please wait for my explained videos later down the line, as well as a separate opinion-related video. Now, with a complete overhaul in identity and design when it comes to SAO, and of course the removal of Sword Online name from the title of the game, Echoes of Aincrad is very clearly marketed towards the general RPG fanbase, and the Souls-like approach to the gameplay further reinforces that, something very different from what we have had so far with the SAO games. We got this very dark and grim world around us here with very menacing monsters compared to the more tamed monster designs from the main series, let's say. The overall vibes, they really remind me of the darker portions of something like Final Fantasy 16 here, and of course the more medieval looking design choices all around. And on that note, being more dark and grim and more Souls-like, for the first time, we'll have a death game mode for those who want the experience of having their save data wiped if they die in the game. This mode is unlocked from the get-go if you get the higher deluxe or ultimate editions, but if you're going for the base game, it will still unlock for free after your first completion of the story, so you're not locked out of it without having to pay for the upgraded editions. As for the concept of the game, Echoes of Aincrad is still, Aincrad. You die in game, you die in real life, and you're now trapped here. This is your reality. I say you because you'll be playing as your own custom player character alongside your partner Iori. Based on the trailers and the key visuals, we see some other key players around who are likely your close circle of friends of sorts that you make in the game, and you know, potential party members of course. I don't say guildmates because guilds unlock on floor 3 in Aincrad, and it seems we won't be getting there in Echoes of Aincrad. Additionally, Argo appears to be a core party member so far, as someone who aims to help up-and-coming players, so that makes sense on that front. And while we have Kirito and Asuna in promotional material, they're literally mentioned after everyone else on the character roster on their website. As I said, it does look like we'll have our own personal story to follow on Aincrad that has nothing to do with floor clearing, and with all the departure from the core Sword Online identity, Kirito and Asuna may take a lot more of a background role than you may ever imagine, barely crossing paths with us maybe, and basically existing due to their marketability for the core SAO and anime fanbases. Speaking of, the Japanese marketing material heavily suggests that we're basically going to be experiencing Iori's story here. They're referring to her as the girl who survived SAO as an interviewee in the Japanese material, which of course spawned the theories of our character ending up dying at the end of this story. I don't see much value in theorizing this early. We don't have enough context to assume anything, but you know, some of you may enjoy it and it's an interesting idea to think about. Now, the gameplay of Echoes of Aincrad takes a lot of liberties from that of the original Sword Online. As I said, this feels more like a Souls-like experience, so fans of those games will recognize the stiffer movements, for the lack of a better term, that force you to strategize and time everything you do much more carefully, alongside a stamina bar for attacks and dodges. You can use a variety of weapons of course, and your custom character is fully customizable on that front, so you get to choose your own build and play however you want. There seems to be magic skills on top of just the likes of healing crystals, and from some demos we have seen, a lot of lore that does not belong in floor 1 can be found in there. So while our scope is limited to the floors 1 and 2 in terms of, you know, where you are in Aincrad, those of you looking for lore, like me personally, will still have a great time, as it seems like they scaled the availability of such deeper narratives and aspects to the scope of the given game. The same can be said about player progression. It would be pretty boring if at most you'd be able to reach level 12 by the end of second floor, so Echoes of Aincrad took the liberty to change all the scales in favor of a more enjoyable playing experience for you. We can see in the IGN demo, for example, that the player is already quite high level despite being in the early portions of floor 1, as well as having access to higher level skills. The reason I highlight this is because while we do not know much about Echoes of Aincrad, you can expect a lot of such liberties to be taken all across the game's systems, and it should be an indication that only floor 1 and 2 is not a troubling statement at all. The number of maps to visit does not define how extensive the game is going to be. It's what's in those maps in terms of actual content of story that defines it, and from what little we have seen here, there seems to be plenty at the moment. There is of course DLC planned and is included in the deluxe and ultimate editions of the game, but do not expect new floors necessarily. The Japanese website description calls it a spin-off side story, so either an adventure that took place during the events of the game, or perhaps a what-if kind of story awaits us there. We will have to wait and see for more context. And when it comes specifically to Echoes of Aincrad, last but not least, yet quite important to not mislead your expectations just in case, Echoes of Aincrad is a full-on single-player, offline, story-driven RPG experience. There is no multiplayer available at all, at least according to the current information, where the spec sheet explicitly states this to be a strictly offline game. Now that is all the basic information I will cover about Echoes of Aincrad the game. They are the must-knows, but as I said, I'll have a separate SAO explained video in the upcoming days that will go a bit deeper for you SAO fans specifically, or those who want to learn more, as well as feature speculations and opinions in that video based on my experience with the series of course. In this one I just wanted to focus on the facts, and of course Amazon links for Echoes of Aincrad are going to be in the description. However, we also have the promotional movie, and Don't underestimate it. It's a full-on feature-length 3D CGI anime movie titled Unanswered Butterfly, produced by Polygon Pictures and published by Bandai Namco with Echoes of Aincrad, featuring a completely original movie taking place seemingly after the events of the game, at the very least on floor 3, with the main town of Zumfoot with its giant tree houses and forests, and of course the beginning of the famous Elf War campaign. But don't get too excited, I doubt we'll get to see anything about the Elf War campaign here. But it appears we will be taking quite a different route to the main series here. In Unanswered Butterfly, we will be mainly following two original characters, Emirun and Rex, who appear to be real-life friends who got stuck in SAO after Emirun invited Rex into it. This is the much more interesting SAO Explained video I'm really looking forward to making, to go all in with what we got in this trailer. It's absolutely beautiful, but the gist of it is, Kirito ends up becoming an orange player for killing a green player, which ends up devastating Asuna as well. You know, she can't quite believe it at first, but yes, we do in fact see Kirito in this trailer with an orange cursor, so it's not just some bad-mouthing rumors about the dirty beater of a black swordsman. Plenty of implications here. I got plenty of information on top of that as well from our main series knowledge. So subscribe to not miss that SAO Explained video where I'll go deeper into this. But this full feature-length movie will be included if you get the Ultimate Editions of Echoes of Aincrad, where you can experience the complete mystery as well as its resolution once the game comes out. If you're in Japan, you can test your luck as there'll be a lottery for special edition purchasers to watch the movie in a theater as well. Keep an eye out for that if you have the opportunity to. It currently remains unclear whether Bandai Namco will eventually make the movie available to the public through other free means. But that's all I got in terms of key news regarding Echoes of Aincrad, the entire reveal saga that we had. We're gonna have a bit more at the end of the month. Echoes of Aincrad will be at Bandai Namco booth at Anime Japan 2026, so stay tuned for all of that. Thank you very much for watching, make sure to drop a like, and of course, subscribe for those in-depth SAO Explained dives for both Echoes of Aincrad and the Unanswered Butterfly movie. Until then, stay cool.